Good morning, guys. I'm getting a late start this morning. I'm just getting too old for all this going out late business. So, yeah, I got it. Plus, I had to pack up everything at the Airbnb, get it in the car. It's raining. Yeah. So, for breakfast this morning, I just ate some of my leftover barbecue from last night, some brisket and some pickles. I did not eat the other half of my avocado because there's nothing like gross, nasty, blackened avocado, so I did not eat that. And I'm drinking some coffee that I just stuck my hand in because I took the lid off of it. I'm drinking an Americano this morning, iced Americano. Let me see if I can get the lid on here. I'm just a hot mess. Hot mess express. There we go. Anyways, I am about to head into Ketocon. I am ready to go check out any booths I've missed and see a couple speakers. And then I'm probably going to head home at about 3-ish o'clock, something like that, and go see my hubby because I miss him. All right, guys, I will show you what I see. All right, bye.
But yeah, no, like I want to work with you and yeah.
I mean, it's really important. I've been doing this for 5 years, so people's complaints in terms of what they think is
all the information they're learning this weekend. Yes? Who also, like me, feels a little overwhelmed about all the information they're learning, right? It's a lot. I mean, it's awesome, but it's a lot. And so what I want to do with my presentation today is I want to give you a little bit of the how. How do we transition when we leave here and we try to incorporate all of this awesome stuff that we're learning into our lives? My name is Kristen Rowell, and I'm the owner of Energetically Efficient. I'll tell you my story. I'm going to give you a 3-step path. Is because as a trial lawyer, I had to get extremely efficient about my time. And I mean efficient in the sense of I build my time in 6-minute increments every single day for 17 years. So what that means is my workouts are efficient. The way I eat is efficient. Everything that I do is about how can I get more results in less time? How can I have more free time? Because I feel like I never have enough. How can I get the maximum impact from my diet and from my workouts in less time? And I'm guessing there might be a few of you raise your hand if you would also like that same kind of lifestyle. All of us want to do more with less, right? So I also have a lot of energy, and I believe that my lifestyle choices in terms of how I use the ketogenic diet for a tool for my health and wellness, and also what I do with my workouts are what make me have this energy. I was at the top of my game as a trial lawyer when I decided to leave just 3 weeks ago. And I'm leaving my practice to start a speaking, consulting, and coaching business because this has been a spiritual calling for me. I really actually enjoy, unlike most people, being on stage and talking to people. I think it's one of the ways that we can connect as humans, and I just love the opportunity, so thank you for having me. I found out it's going to be released this week that I was a top 50 female attorney in Minnesota for 2019, and I'm still leaving my practice. Thank you so much. Why does that matter? Well, here's why it matters. My point is, because of the way I choose to use the ketogenic diet in my life and because of how I work out, it's allowed me actually to become more successful. I started meditating 2 years ago, and I can't speak enough about the power of meditation. All of these things that I'm sharing with you are what have allowed me to become more successful. So during my time as a trial lawyer, I also ran 24 marathons, and I'm just going to show you a few pictures of me in my running career because people seem to like photos. The most important photo is the middle one because I want to tell you what my tank top says. I'm handing off the baton in the Ragnar relay in 2015, and I wore a tank top that says, "You are my rock, my Dwayne, my Johnson." I love The Rock. So if anyone in this room knows him, I have DM'd him on Instagram, like I'm so embarrassing. He has never responded, but I actually love him. So 24 marathons, and then in the last couple of years, I got into this thing about bodybuilding, and I'll explain why. But these are just a few photos of me as a bodybuilder. The first one is me amateur at my sister's house trying to practice this posing, obviously without a spray tan. I did a professional photo shoot the night before my first competition, and then that last one is of me at my second competition where I won a few things. So I also, before you think I can't relate to her, she does these marathons, she does bodybuilding, I mean it again when I say I am no better or different than any human in this room. We are all the same as each other. We all have life struggles that we go through. So I want to tell you about some of mine. In 2007, I collapsed on my bathroom floor. I was rushed to the emergency room and I had what doctors called PSVT, which is proximal supraventricular tachycardia. My heart rate was at 215 to 225 for over 10 minutes. And what happens is it's an overstimulation of the vagal nerve in your neck, and then it crashes because it's working too hard. I was go, 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 go all the time. This was a signal to my body, you need to slow down, and I ignored it. I was divorced in May of 2012, also not an awesome thing to go through. And then a year and a half later, I fell on ice in Williston, North Dakota, and I broke my right leg in 10 places. I'm gonna tell you that story because that's actually how I found the ketogenic diet. And then also, even though all of these first few things that I've mentioned were probably signs from the universe that I should start paying attention to my body, I should start getting more in that sympathetic system so that I can actually learn about the signals that my body is sending me, right? You realize that we're all getting these signals from our body all the time. Well, in 2015, I had already been divorced for 3 years. My ex-husband and I did not have children. And I said, you know what if I want to have kids someday? Now I'm 39 years old. So I was gonna go through a procedure to freeze my eggs, and I was so adrenally depleted that I wasn't able to go through the procedure. Because again, I was go, go, go. The good news on that is, I waited a year, I went through it, and I actually had a successful procedure. So, thank you. I could wake up someday and decide I want to have children, apparently. Here's me, all dejected, laying for myself. It's first, we create an intention. Second, we create a plan. And third, we execute on it. And I'm gonna go into each of these because the way that I learn and the way that I feel like is most impactful in my life is for me to actually take some exercises through it. So I want you to all think right now about an intention that you're gonna set for yourself when you leave here. I want you to just think about an intention.
Hey guys, we just watched Christian Rao, and she was really great. Been sitting here with Nicole watching. It was great. She had some great advice for following a plan. I'm going to give you guys the code so you can get the plan if you want to. It does include one kind of a carb update like I've been doing, which is cool. So I'm going to get her plan and continue with that plan. And next is William Chappelle. I can't say his last name very well, but he's a Power Ranger. So I'm curious to hear what he has to say. So I will talk to you guys soon.
Be talking about today, and the reason I subtitled this goal-oriented keto is that I think a lot of us come to this diet with very simple goals in mind. We either want to drop fat, we want to build muscle, but along the way we get lost in this sea of podcasts and in this sea of blog posts and articles, and this expert said this, but this one said that, and now I need to start taking this and that. And it's just like you start piling rules and rules and rules on top of yourself, and then you get to a point where you actually lose track of the initial goal that you were aiming for. So what I want to do is I just want us all to narrow in to be aware of what our goals are and then to go for those. So game, that was kind of my passion in life. And this was coming from an economics degree, so I had no acting experience, but I set a crazy goal for myself. And I really pushed myself my last year in college to really go for the acting dream that I had. So I did a bunch of stuff, and eventually by the end of the year, I had booked this role on Power Rangers, which was really life-changing. And to me, my main takeaway from that was that if you set a goal for yourself and you actually break it down, you chunk it all the way down to the point where you have monthly, weekly, daily, minute-by-minute things that you need to be doing, and you're checking those boxes off every single day. You're getting up early, you're working as hard as you possibly can. You can achieve crazy things within a year sometimes. So that was
So you guys, this is Ray's the Valley. They are a pizza crust, cauliflower pizza crust. And I wanted to show you guys what they look like.
But they are perishable,
They're really
so they
great.
will need to
They
be
taste really
freezer.
great.
Yeah, definitely take advantage
So
of
when they
that.
get delivered, though, they delivered frozen or they delivered?
They are packaged frozen and they thaw out during transit. Transit time takes 2 days, and then when they arrive.
Okay guys, I just left the cauliflower pizza crust, Ray Valley. They're out in Missouri. They're really good. They have great macros. They ship. You can freeze them, so check them out. Hey guys, go check out Kibosh Pizzas. They are really, really good. And they also have a dessert pizza. Look at that. OMG. Hey guys, I just tried some cottage cheese from Good Culture. They told me it's available at Target, some Targets or most Targets. And let me show you their booth. It was delicious. So they are Good Culture, and they have, I think they had sour cream too, but they have cottage cheese. It's really, really, really good. You guys are not eating alternative sweet sauce, you are missing out. It is the best keto barbecue sauce and ketchup that there is on the market, hands down. I'll get my workout with this hill in this parking garage. Third time today. Forgot my badge, had to go back this morning. Now I'm headed to the car. Hey y'all, so I am back in the car. I'm getting ready to get on the road, head home. Gonna make a couple of stops on the way. Want to stop at an HEB, Central Market, and then hit the highway. And I'll be headed to see my hubby. I miss him, so I'm glad to be going. I brought home so many things to try to tell you guys about. I just can't wait. My hair is blown everywhere. Sorry, it's hot. Yeah, so I've got some companies I may be starting to work with that I'm really super excited about. Met some great people. Finally got to meet Nurse Cindy today. I've been looking for her all weekend. I saw her the first day in line, but you know, of course, everybody was getting to her. So I was really excited to see her before I left because she was one of the people that I had not been able to get to meet, and I really love her so much. She was a big part of my journey in the beginning when I started keto. So and she is so sweet, you guys. Like, she gave me the biggest hug. Her and Jimmy Moore are huggers, and I am all about being hugged. I just loved it. So anyway, so I am about to get into Austin, drive around, find Central Market, then head home to see my hot husband. All right, I'll see you guys later. All right, y'all, I'm headed into Central Market to see what I can find. I want to see if they have the dry farm wines here and what else I can find. Guys, well, I'm out of Central Market. It was pretty quick. They didn't have it. I didn't think they were going to. The person that said they saw it, I don't really think it was probably dry farm wines. It was probably something else. So, no luck. I just really want to try it before I order 5 bottles or 6 bottles or whatever. So, anyways, I will see you guys later. I'm going to get on the road. I don't think I'm going to get any lunch right now. I'm not really hungry. I've been snacking all day at Ketocon, so I may not eat yet. I may stop for coffee in a little bit. I have to do a little bit of work on the computer halfway somewhere on Wi-Fi, so all right then. Hey guys, so while I'm driving here, unless I have to stop because I'm looking for a gas station, I thought we'd talk about my thoughts on Ketocon. So first of all, I have a huge haul to show you guys. I'm going to do that in a separate video. But it's so many things I want to talk about. It was so amazing. The speakers were great. I learned so much. I learned stuff. I mean, of course, you're going to hear stuff you already knew, right? But I learned ways to use the knowledge that I already have in like a better, more precise or more goal-oriented way as to achieve things. So like today's talk with Kristen Powell was really great because she was really good about explaining like, okay, what is your why? Are you doing this for this reason? Are you doing this for that reason? And what is your goal? And what is your, let's come up with a time frame for that goal, and let's, make, decisions based on that. And then she also gave us a code for a PDF that she's sending out via email. Took a picture of that code. I'll put it in for you guys. And so she basically follows a 6-week at a time, or has written a 6-week meal plan to follow, where you eat the same thing for 6 days a week, and then the other day you basically have a carb up day, which is what I've been doing on the 1 day a week. And she has it all planned out in this PDF, so I'm getting that emailed to me because I want to be able to use it in addition to what I'm doing. I'm probably also going to be doing a week of carnivore soon, just to do like a reset, and there might be a collab coming. I'm not sure yet, but probably a collab coming with someone about that. I met some really great people, guys. I've met people you guys know. Obviously, I hung out with Amanda. I hung out with Amanda and Dan yesterday from Ketogenic several times and most of the day. Hung out twice with Nicole Burgess and just a whole lot of other people. I mean, there was just so many great people there to learn from via, keto science, keto knowledge of how to do your keto, your food, your fitness, your everything. And then also, of course, meeting and hanging out with the other YouTubers who are doing the same thing I'm doing, except some of them have been doing it longer, so I got to pick their brain and get lots of cool insight and tips, and just to hug them, because all of them are so nice that I met anyways. And of course I have made lots of contacts with lots of different companies. There are several companies that I want to work with that have expressed wanting to work with me while I was there, and so I made contact with them. I have got a ton of stuff that I brought back. Y'all, I bought some stuff, but I brought home more stuff that I didn't buy than anything else. Like, I have bags of stuff. I can't wait to show you guys my haul. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to show you all. Show you all. You alls? Show you alls. Show you all. Anyways, I am finding a gas station here. I'm gonna talk to you some more in a minute. I got to go find me. I gotta take a pit stop, guys, and I need some caffeine and I need some gas. So, and of course, that gas station is not open. Ugh. Is up with all the chevrons being closed? Anyways, all right, now I will talk to you in a few minutes. All right, guys. Oh, I'm like messy face. Just now get something to eat. I stopped at the gas station, got gas, got a Bang, Rainbow Unicorn, and then I'm attempting to spill it is what I'm trying to do. I'm eating the meat and cheese from the Czech stop. I ate the salami and there's some cheese left. I may eat some of that in a minute, except for the pizza I just dropped on the floor. So yeah, way to go, Lindy, you're a hot mess. Anyways, so
I am about 2 hours from being home. It has been an absolute wonderful, wonderful, like I said, experience. I definitely will be going again. I felt like I met so many great people, like I was saying, but I felt like I've learned so much about different products, and there were a few products there that were brand new. Like they've been in business for 6 months to a year, and there's also other companies that I had never heard of, and it was neat to kind of learn about them and try them and see what kinds of things are out there that you just don't see in your grocery store for keto. And so I just love supporting these small businesses, you know, that are getting started, especially because these are the ones that we want to be around, especially for keto, especially. So I did get to meet Dr. Barry, did not really get to meet Nisha. I got to say hi. I said hi to her, but yeah, so she wasn't around as much as I would like. I did see her twice, but she was talking to someone the first time, and the second time she was walking through the aisle, and I don't know, it just didn't seem like the right opportunity. But yeah, I got a hug from Dr. Barry, got to talk to him, and it was a real absolute pleasure to meet him. I got he's totally encouraged us to keep going, keep share your story. So you guys, those of you others out there who have a channel, share your story with everyone, because those are the things that are going to spread the word for other people to do keto. So that was his big message, was keep sharing. I mean, because we're going to help thousands of people, and this is how we're going to do it. And following everybody's journeys, that it's such a motivation to other people it's such a motivation to me to follow other people's journeys and see how they do it. And, excuse me, I feel like I'm gonna burp. But yeah, so it was a great time. I loved every minute of it. Critique, or not critique, but like review, I guess, of the Airbnb. The tiny house was precious. I loved it. I don't think that specific model I could live in if I was going to live in a tiny house, because having the bedroom upstairs the way it was, the stairs were really steep, and so when you first wake up in the morning or when you go to bed, you want to make sure you are up there. Like when you go to bed, you want to make sure you are up there to stay, and then vice versa. You know, in the mornings, like there's been a couple times where it's like, I'm not ready to get up yet, but you know how your bladder wakes you up before you're ready to actually get up? It's like, hey, you get up, you gotta go. And I'm like, no, well, I'm not getting up till an hour later, but you're waking me up now. And so yeah, when you're up there in that little nook, or whatever you want to call it, loft, you can't really just like go downstairs, go to the bathroom, and then go back and get in the bed, because it's like way too much trouble. It's a workout, y'all, just going up and down the stairs. They were steep, and you got to hold a rope and everything. So if I were to have a tiny house, I think my bedroom would definitely be downstairs, and it would be a little bit longer, so that way you could have that loft up there, but you could have a bedroom downstairs and a bathroom downstairs. So that is just my thoughts on the tiny house, but it was super cute. I liked it a lot. It was fun and quirky to stay in, just for a quick getaway. So it was definitely cheaper than a hotel, so that's good. And the mattress was really comfortable once I got up there. It was super comfortable. But yeah, so I liked the tiny house, and it wasn't that far from the convention. It took me about 15 minutes to get there each time. I definitely would have to say if you don't have a lot of money to spend on lunch and stuff like that, which I did spend a lot on barbecue, because I've eaten barbecue at a barbecue place 3 times while I was here. One of the times I just ate green beans, but and pickles. But the other 2 times when I ate at Terry Black's, between the 2 times, and one was for lunch and one was for dinner, I spent over $50, almost $60 just for me. So if you want to eat good barbecue, you need to make sure you budget for that, because it's definitely worth it. The food was delicious. I would definitely do it again. But as far as like other times, like today, I didn't go out and get something to eat for lunch because I had so many snacks at Ketocon, walking around sampling, you know, and that tided me over until just now at 4 o'clock. So yeah, you don't really need to buy lunch unless you just want to go out to lunch. So there's that, or breakfast for that matter, if you want it to be your breakfast, or if you're fasting, well then that's even better. So I'm super excited to hear other people's thoughts who went and see how they thought Ketocon was, but I'm very excited about it. It makes me want to go to more of the low carb events that are around the country that they're going to be having, and that they have had. Like they've had Low Carb Utah, they've had one in Denver, they've had where was some other ones at? I know they've had one in Tennessee, but I can't remember what some of the others are. Houston, Low Carb Houston, and of course the Low Carb Cruise. But I don't know that I could swing the cruise this year, but I definitely want to go to some of the other events, especially like Low Carb Houston, because it's so close, you know, like Austin is. I could drive there. So anyways, alright guys, I'm going to listen to some music, sing some songs, and get on the road to seeing my hubby. I will talk to you guys later. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm home. We're gonna grill some steaks. It was a long day, but great day at Ketocon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow with the next video and my Ketocon swag haul. So I'll show you that tomorrow. But I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers who have joined the channel. And those of you that have been here the whole time, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.